The time is now 6:52 on this Tuesday morning, and here's what you need to know before you go.
Hermantown will soon be home to a cannabis growing facility after action at last night's city council meeting. The council granted a special use permit to the owner of Up North Growery located in Duluth. The permit will allow construction of a 2,700 square foot cannabis cultivation facility on 40 acres near Highway 53 and Abrahamson Road. The cannabis would be grown in the building and then transported to the retail store in Duluth. A public hearing was held for the proposal back in November at a planning and zoning meeting. It's unclear when construction will begin.
A former Iron Range teacher will spend 18 years in prison for assaulting a teenage girl multiple times. A judge handed down that sentence on Monday to 43-year-old Ryan Denzer Johnson of Embarrass. In November, the former Mesabi East High School teacher pleaded guilty to sexually assaulting a girl he knew multiple times. The abuse happened at his home between 2023 and 2024. The judge gave Denzer Johnson the maximum sentence, which the St. Louis County Attorney says sends a message that this harm will not be tolerated.
Happening today, it's been 5 years since the deadly January 6th insurrection in Washington, D.C. On January 6, 2021, pro-Trump rioters stormed the Capitol, demanding the results of the 2020 election be overturned. They attacked officers and destroyed parts of the building as well. The Capitol was put on lockdown, and it took several hours for it to be secured. More than 1,000 people were charged by the Justice Department in connection with the riot. However, they were later pardoned by President Trump when he took office again last year.
Initial findings from Minnesota State investigators show daycare centers accused of fraud are operating normally. A YouTube video from a conservative content creator accuses several Somali-run child care centers of fraud. It alleges they illegally accepted money intended for low-income families, but the video offers little evidence for that claim. Now, federal funding for child care in the state is frozen, and investigations are underway. The State Department of Children, Youth, and Families says the Trump administration is giving Minnesota officials until January 9th to provide findings. It says it has ongoing probes into 4 of the 55 facilities in the state. And a reminder, those fraud allegations will be the subject of congressional hearings in our nation's capital starting this week. The first hearing is tomorrow, involving 3 Republican state reps. Governor Walz and Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison have been invited to testify February 10th.
Summer days in the Boundary Waters are closer than you think, as permit reservations will be up for grabs at the end of this month. The U.S. Forest Service announced those permits will be available beginning 9 a.m. on Wednesday, January 28th. Boundary Waters Canoe Area Wilderness permits from May 1st through September 30th can be reserved. You can book those reservations on recreation.gov. We have that link on our website as well, along with a list of things Forest Service leaders recommend to do before booking your trip.